Coach, we're back following the Cal game, and you've had a chance to look at the tape this morning. Anything just kind of jump out at you?
Well, it's one of those deals where it's not as bad as it seems or as good as it seems. The first thing, I thought our players played pretty hard, and we got beat by a better football team. You know, they got after us. They were real physical in their offensive front, and they were very aggressive, and we didn't respond really well to that end of it. And then offensively, we couldn't ever get anything going. You know, we didn't convert on our passing game. At times, our running game was good, but you know, they outplayed us.
They have been kind of an up and down team, and really when they make turnovers, they're not very good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when Cal turns the ball over, they've lost their games. When they've taken care of it, they've won them all, and it doesn't matter who they're playing. And it's pretty much held true in this game. They took care of the football, and they converted on some things. They ran the ball extremely well, better than they have all year, and they really got after us, and ultimately that won the game.
Your offense also didn't turn the ball over. Were there sparks there? Could you just not get it going? Where was the hang-up, I guess?
We first of all, Cal's defense is, I think, first or second rated in the conference based on yards per game. So it's the best front seven we've faced all year. Their linemen and their linebackers are as good as we've seen. So they're very good. Their secondary is big, and they played enough man coverage, and we couldn't convert when we wanted to throw the football in man coverage, and so that affected our game quite a bit. And in the running game, like I said, we moved the ball at times, okay, but just not consistent enough.
Well, now you get to finally come home. You get a home game Saturday against Arizona State.
Yeah.
Just before we get into that, how difficult of a stretch has it been just playing, one time at home in a 62-day span?
Yeah. Well, it's been tough. I mean, we've been on the road a lot, and it helps to be at home. There's no question about it. Looking forward to coming back home, and it's been a very challenging schedule for us. Just doing that all the time on the road. So I'm glad to be home, and we need this, and we need to come out and play a good football game.
Obviously, very familiar with Dennis Erickson, having played for him and coached against him. What do you know about Arizona State this year? What have you seen?
Well, they definitely have some speed on that football team on both sides of the ball. They've got a lot of talent. I know they went into the year with 30 seniors on their team. So they're pretty darn veteran, and this was going to be their big year because they had so many veteran players with experience on it. And so they've played good football, and I know they gave one up, at UCLA, a game that they probably very well could have had. But I know they've got the ability to score a lot of points, and they've got a very, very aggressive physical defense.
What steps do you want to see your team take from last week to this week, and really every week going into the season? But what are you looking for this week from your squad?
We need to come out and play aggressive football. We didn't play as well as we want to play, and we got to respond. It wasn't good football by our means, and there isn't a player on this football team once they watch the video and a coach that won't agree with that. And we all collectively have got to come out and play a good football game. We got to play Cougar football, what we keep striving to do, and we have shown some great flashes of it this year. Our consistency hasn't been there with it. Right now we're struggling putting two quality performances back-to-back weeks together, and which happens when you're trying to grow, but we got to find a way to put a darn good football game together this week.
Can you talk about the effort of the kids? I mean, from Monday, the first day of practice, through the week, throughout this season.
Yeah.
It appears that, they're playing hard, and there's nothing but fight in them.
Yeah, I can't complain with our players. I said this at the beginning of the year. Our culture is right now, and what I mean by that is we've got guys that are committed to being a good football player and a team. They got good attitudes. They're a very close-knit group of players and coaches. We got all the ingredients right in terms of the things that it takes to be successful and to grow at a good pace. That's all good. We got to find more guys, make more plays on offense, And defensively, we've got to continue to be a little cleaner in our execution. And tackling wasn't really good this last week. It was really good against Oregon. Just that consistency isn't there, and you know, that's the frustrating part. But we've got to grow, and that's maturity. And I've said that about this football team. You know, we got to keep maturing. We got to keep growing up, and we're a youthful football team, but we got to grow up. And with maturity usually becomes more consistency. And right now we haven't shown enough maturity week to week, and that's why we've been up and down in our performances.
Dad's weekend this weekend against Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
How big of a lift could a good crowd give for your squad?
It'd be awesome. I mean, we need it bad. We need, our players need it. They deserve it. The work they've put in and the effort they've done, they deserve a home field advantage. They deserve people to really root for them and to help them come away with a victory at home. And they've worked hard for that. And I just hope that the fans come out and give them that boost that can really help this football team in this game.
Well, let's look to get back on the winning track this weekend against Arizona State. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.